I'm bullish on Sarepta. Nothing's changed. Same thing. I didn't change my mind. I think I'd let you know. You're just telling me this now. I didn't know this. Safe flight safe flight replace. That was pretty lit. I agree. Those jingles, man. Staycation was good. I got the best woman in the world. Microsoft's growth is really incredible, but at the same time, it seems like it's fairly valued. Maybe not. Let me check consensus estimates by using Godel, do Microsoft equity EM. Looks like consensus at 1339. We're at 1348. Next year's 1516. We're at $17, but there's probably a reason for that. And then the year after that, we're at $21 and the street's at $18. Maybe it's what's factoring into that. We have margins increasing, to maybe tax rate decreasing, bump tax up a bit, but there's some other, might be a payment they're making in the other line that I'm not counting for. But I'm still above consensus. It's probably pretty reasonable. So what would you pay for Microsoft? 30 times earnings, 40 times earnings? Hard to pay that. You know, you're already paying 30 times next year's number. That's my number, which is, you know, above consensus. So tough to be that bullish on Microsoft. But, you know, they have AI kind of wrapped around their finger. That doesn't hurt. We look at Nvidia. Nvidia is actually the largest company in the world right now, close to a $4 trillion market cap. 4 trillion. Amazing, huh? I said it would be the first 10 trillion market cap company. People thought it was crazy. No, I'm not really changing my strategy about stop losses. Well, I've been explaining that there is a strategy where you basically say you're never going to let your account take a loss of more than X%. And you lower your risk as you approach that X%. And you can basically say, the worst my portfolio, like guaranteed, the worst my portfolio can do is down 5%. And there's a way to do that. It's up to you. It depends on how much you prize drawdown versus returns. You have to decide how much risk you want out of the trades you make. Yeah, this is basically Millennium strategy, Anders, so I don't know. So fiscal year 2026, Nvidia, I'm at 207, street's at 196. Amazing, this company is probably going to do $1 trillion of revenue. Absurd. Usually you oversize with Kelly. No, I don't take finasteride. And it depends on your position size. If you have a big position size, I don't think you should buy more of a stock just because it's down or something like that. You should always be looking for other stocks to buy as well. You know, you don't stop your search just because you have a portfolio you like. Keep looking for more and more better and better stocks. You might just find one to replace another stock in your portfolio. Wow, Nvidia did a huge amount of repurchases in Q1, 15 billion stock buyback. It should, Alfonso. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they blow out of it. Actually, Heightspot files their own 13F. Yeah, I do think overtrading is a real thing. It can be very pernicious. You get the feeling that you gotta do something when sitting on your hands is probably the best thing you can do. I think position sizing should basically be conviction based. Yeah, 3.9 trillion market cap right now for Nvidia. Best company in the world. Apple who? Microsoft is above Apple now too. I like Sarepta. Obviously I like a lot of the shorts I'm in. I like Akiro, I like Madrigal. I like Nvidia. That's a bit of a different risk reward. Not a hardware company. They do not make computer chips. Who knew? Yeah, everyone does have to learn the hard way with options. Quantum cognitive training.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari.
Quantum, these guys are really funny. Phoenix Energy, this guy's going to jail.
Investor webinar. Our daily production rates have risen as high as 18,000 barrels of oil per day. We've sold more than 4 million barrels, and we're just getting started. Sign up for the webinar and start your journey with Phoenix Energy today.
I don't know about you, I'm sold. This guy has an X account? No way. I don't think he's selling anything. Oh wait, no, he is. Multi-timeline trade alignment kit. Okay, $6. Emotional clarity alignment tool, $5. Market sentiment decoder, $9. Quantum weighted trade decision script, $15. Okay, this is what the guy actually looks like. He looks fine, just a little young. Maybe a little young. I want this one. I need this one. This precision alignment prompt is directly based on the quantum cognitive trading platform's internal emotional filtering system. Align, breathe, and execute. You will get a 2 kilobyte PDF file. We had a Temple OS expert at Godel. He was really cool. Rest in peace to Terry Davis. Gone but not forgotten. So there's almost no systems out there that'll give you minute data. But I created this. This is a preview. And basically you can, I did Palantir, but you could do Nvidia or whatever. And this is minute data. And you can obviously export it to Excel or something. But this is just minute data going back a few days. So you can look at this and export it or move it to Excel or whatever. You can't even do this on Bloomberg, interestingly. Bloomberg won't give you a minute bar, which is really kind of weird. You certainly can't get it on Yahoo Finance. I have a couple of other cool things I'll show you in a second. This will be a part of Godel. Also, historical second data. Yeah, usually you have to pay for it, but one of the things that's hard to do is get it as like a distributed service like we have. Yeah, typically it depends on what you're redistributing and depends on how. So you can't mass redistribute it. I'm not sure those were Satoshi's coins. They were old coins, but not necessarily Satoshi's. Yeah, some people think it's Ross Ulbricht. You can still find my Jesse Michaels interview, I'm pretty sure. It was from years ago. It's like 2-3 years ago. Doubt Satoshi's Ross. Yeah, so basically, the company sold $60 of vol for $10. That's basically it. Coreweave is still up a huge amount. We should have been long Coreweave. Listen, I have meetings and stuff. I don't report to you. I don't listen to you. You listen to me. Doesn't work, Yeah, so Heights Capital doesn't pick stocks. Like they don't. That's not something they do. Well, they got the warrants for free. In fact, they got paid to buy the warrants. Yeah, it's a confusing deal if you're not used to this corner of Wall Street. But Heights does pipes. They don't like stocks. You can see that their portfolio is only 200 million. They just do deals to arb, like they get warrants and stuff. Look at all their positions. None of them are. This isn't a normal fund. They're just doing pipes to get warrants. Look at all the warrants. So they sell the stock and they hold the warrants. You can see they've done this every single time. They own some Flutter Entertainment for some reason, which is most of their portfolio, and some Plug Power, which maybe came from a warrant deal a long time ago or something. I don't know. That's literally most of their portfolio. A warrant is a little like a call option. It's generally used as an inducement. When you can't induce an investor otherwise, you give them warrants. It's really bizarre. Most grown-up companies don't use warrants anymore. Well, if you can sell the stock without much of a loss, you basically get the warrants for free. And that's the arb. Yeah, the Coreweave situation is funny. I long Coreweave, long cores, short Coreweave. Is there a collar on the deal? Yeah, warrants are usually done in despair or distress. I did 2 warrant deals for my company because we had to. And then we became big boys. We didn't need to do warrants anymore. When we did warrants for my company, we were 30 million market cap. Yeah, Celsius is kind of ugly. It's a pretty safe short. That space isn't growing anymore. Super competitive. Trump's doing data centers? That'd be sick. Shorting a stock and buying puts are 2 very different things. One has 100% delta, one does not. Well, that's not just leverage. I mean, you lose. You have expiry. Of course, you have undefined risk. Yeah, I'm out of the THTX. We got our merger. It's over. I actually haven't looked at CVRA. Zebra. Interesting. Oh, this was the old chem farm. I should refresh all my large cap opinions. Look at Apple. Ooh, I don't have an Apple model update for Q1. Earnings season's coming. A couple weeks. You guys ready? I don't think I would sell my sarepta position. Maybe if, I mean, I think there's enough value there that it's very unlikely that I would be wrong. This might take some time. I think it mess things up, but I don't think I'd sell it. Don't be scared of women. They're just as scared of you. That's my advice. They need us as much as we need them. Otherwise, the world would be without people. But anyway, this is an investment channel, dude. I don't know. You seem like you might have some issues, Stan, that I can't help you with. I'm just a stock guy, man. I like to look at stocks. When I was a kid in Brooklyn and I told people I liked stocks, they'd be like, oh, stock, you like to stock the shelves. No, stock like the stock market. Oh, you're one of those guys. Yeah, good luck, kid. Don't forget us little people. Okay, so TTM free cash flow for Apple has been around 100 billion, for a while now. Some girls like to talk stocks. I try not to look at companies with less than 100 million market cap because those are usually not good ones to go long. Very seldom does a 100 million market cap company, does the frog turn into a prince. It's usually just a frog. It's never going to be a prince. Not many, Leonard. That is a good question. 100 billion net income. That is actually a really good question. I like that. I like that you're even thinking that way. There's a lot of girls that like to talk stocks. What do you think Wall Street is? There's plenty of chicks on Wall Street. You got to get yourself to New York, buddy. A lot of girls like money. Big shmoney. In fact, that's what women like the most. Well, what am I saying? You'll find plenty of women that want to talk stocks with you. Now, there's plenty of women on Wall Street. They may not work, in the same department as you, but you ever go to sales desk? Sales desk has tons of women. There's HR too. Yeah, there's a lot of girls that like stocks. If you give a woman some good stock picks, she'll be with you forever. Don't worry about that. You got banger after banger after banger stock pick. They like that. I'll be real with you. They like that. If you're like a little mini Warren Buffett, you get all the girls you want. I love WWE. It's like my favorite thing. I always show my girlfriend WWE and she's like, what is this? she's the reason she's the best is she placates me and all this stuff. She's like, oh yeah, John Cena, he's cool. I'll be like, finally, a woman that understands. I watch a bunch of the wrestling stuff on YouTube. Not YouTube, but on X. People repost stuff. It's great. You let me tell you something. You date a girl and you're like, hey, do you have a stock account? And she's like, yeah. And you're like, buy some Robinhood. Just trust. And then they buy the Robinhood and it goes up. Come on, man. She's like, yeah, can we get another date? I want to know what the next big winner you have is. You're like, I thought you loved me for me. Yeah, that too. My portfolio has never been this high. What else you got? The hymns. You got the Palantir. You just keep dropping them like that. She ain't going anywhere. And you can make some mistakes too. I forgot your birthday, babe. She's gonna be like, no big deal. It's all good. What's next in the portfolio? I don't know. She's just using you at that point. I don't know. I don't know if you understand. That's not how it works. You need common interests, common goals. That's what a lot of marriage has that. A lot of relationships have that. You're not using each other, you're growing together. Some of you guys are jaded, but I'm never getting divorced. Haven't named our son yet. He's just a little baby. I want to name him Chucky. I love that name, but I don't think she likes that name, and I'm going to let her make that choice. I don't know, when guys say, we're having a baby, it's like, we ain't having no baby. You having the baby. RTX? I don't have RTX in my portfolio. I do want to get back into it. Leonardo da Vinci Shkreli. Bucktooth Shkreli. Saquon Shkreli. Saquon Barkley is pretty sick. You know how many yards that guy rushes for? How could you not name your kid Saquon? I think the crypto treasury thing is pretty cringe. It's kind of a stupid idea. Yeah, I restructured my portfolio quite a bit. Unwanted to just short 𝗏𝗏. It worked pretty well. Tyrone Tyrell de Shkreli, Louisiana State. No, I'm not going to look at it below 100 million market cap, sorry. Unless you're a Godel subscriber. Yeah, sometimes I do. I'd rather short stocks below 100 market cap than to buy them. Next short's either Capricor or ATYR or... I don't know, there's a lot to work on. Yeah, crazy deal. That was definitely one of the weirdest direct investment. Could you call it a pipe if the warrants aren't registered? But they probably have a shelf. Not quite a pipe, but close. That income's usually good enough. I explained the warrant thing 100 times. It's a very, very weird financing that is not good for 𝗖𝗏𝗀𝗀. Oh, I haven't looked at VOR today. That reminds me of that other company that did this, 𝗦𝗏𝗀𝗏. It's like in the private markets, everyone passed on this drug, and then some publicly traded company does it and the stock goes up, and people are like, don't you realize? Wow. And they did a pipe with it. Oh, yeah, this drug. I already know what it is from Remagen. Oh, this is a trash drug. Wait, what? 3 billion cap? No way. I mean, I know the shares outstanding just went wild. Yeah, it can be a good short. I mean, it is a sort of a validated. I can't believe ionq is up. 27 million shares, so Heights could be out of most of their stock. Baggy's buying it like, why isn't it 55? They bought it 55. Oh, Baggy. Oh, my Baggy. I didn't cover any of my immune short. In fact, I shorted more. Yeah, I just know you're a bag holder because it's sub 100 million market cap. I just know this. I know this. Yeah, the pipes, I mean, pipes can be okay, but like, you know, you usually got to put a lot of money to get into a pipe. And you could try it, but you know, pipes are better for institutions because, like, let's say you put 100K in a pipe. Like, you want, you know, let's say, and then it triples. You want to be able to get out of the stock right then and there, but you can't because it's unregistered stock. So you have to wait for it to get registered. In the meantime, you can short it, but now your whole account, you got to wire the money for the pipe. So you send 100K, then you short it, and your broker that you're shorting it in has no clue that you're in the pipe, right? So you got to eat up margin with that. And if you want to do all of that for a potential, I mean, maybe you could double your money, right? But you could also get rugged. Market's taking a turn for the worse. S&P down 1%. Tesla down 7%. Little quantum beverage company, QUBT, is down 7% as well. I'd love to see it. Get a bunch of salmon here. No, I don't think quantum will impact cybersecurity. Maybe someday. Yeah, biotech companies almost never go bankrupt. They just reverse merge. Palantir's a great company, man. Don't pick a fight with a great company. No, look at all kinds of companies. I would not make sarepta more than 10% of your portfolio. That kind of goes for any stock. Who said long Farcoin? Who said long Farcoin? No! Zohran is a strong leader for New York City. I can't think of a better mayor. He is friends with Rashida Tlaib, our favorite person, but also because she fights Trump. Yeah, I should look at Insight. Tearing apart the Constitution, racist, okay? Evil, okay? Banning people from entire countries, peaceful, mostly peaceful people, okay? What does that tell you? They're destroying our democracy. No respect for the judiciary, no respect for checks and balances. Honestly, don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to have to watch The View for answers. So the problem with everyone who's hating on Zohran is we're institutionalizing racism, right? If you don't like Zohran, you're racist. Hello? And that kind of prejudice has no place in our society. And that's why the smartest people we have in our country at these Ivy League schools, what are they doing? They're protesting. You should be too. You should be standing with them. He's not a communist. He's a democratic socialist. Big difference. Big difference, all right? He said we should be seizing the means of production. Silence is violence. If that's the way their religion works, then who are you to question it? Okay? You have to respect it. If you don't respect it, there's going to be problems. You better respect it. In fact, I think you should follow it just to see how much you respect it. Who's with me? Zohran, Zohran. I know you're voting for Zohran. Oh wait, you're not even in the right district, right? So he's not your mayor, but he's America's mayor. What better person to name my son after than the prophet? While you're mad and hating, my son will have the best name possible. Sorry, haters, you lose again. You don't actually make money when you live off the bank rate. That's your inflation rate. The living off the interest thing is a commonly misunderstood concept. I don't think that's a thing. Okay, we got a couple requests. MGNI. Advertising. 3.5 billion. Magnite. This is ticker MGNI. We can look at Capricor. So Capricor, we already talked about quite a lot, and there isn't a lot of work to do there, but we can look at it a little bit more. Capricor is basically the company that's trying to get FDA approval on almost no patients worth of data, which, you know, the new FDA I don't think is interested in doing this kind of thing, especially after Sarepta. Yeah, we can look at the CAPR data more closely. Just give me a minute. Okay, let's see. They were a one-hit wonder, weren't they? All right, so let's go to biopharma. We can also call it all Capricor. Man, that was at 14. Now it's at 10, just because of me. Okay, they have more shares outstanding. A lot more. Must have done a pipe or something. They got less cash. 400 cap, 450 cap, 300 EV, roughly. Well, these guys were Nile. My friend was the CEO or chairman of Nile. He passed away. Rest in peace to Mr. Brewer. Good man. Unions are not a good thing. Yeah, the way you can tell it's a scam is if you see what they do. They take 2 hearts from cadavers. So they need 2 hearts, then they sort the cells so they get this specific cell that they want. And then they chuck the cells in the patient, which is a little crazy if you think about it. Because presumably the patient has plenty of those cells themselves. Why do they need cells from somebody else? You're telling me other people have the cells that need to cure me? But those other people are just people you're picking up off the street that died, and they can be a donor heart. Does that make any sense to you? Think about it this way. This is the dead guy, right? This is his heart. Chuck it in a blender. Vroom, vroom. And then his heart juice. We zoom in on the heart juice, and this doesn't work. This is CD 105 plus, CD 45 low, and they take whatever part of that this is, and they sort of throw out the rest. So now this is blend. So now you got the heart juice, concentrated good stem cell heart juice. This is now in the IV bag, and now here's the patient. He's looking a little yellow. Okay, so this is basically what we're working with Capricor. We need 2 dead guys, actually. No, his livers is fine. You're confusing that with Sarepta. Now the problem is, if we look at this guy's heart, he's got these same cells. The only thing he doesn't have is dystrophin. The dead guy is not giving enough dystrophin to help him. So how does this help him? So that's kind of the big problem with this thing. The problem with this is that these cells will not do anything to the heart. It's not like they're going to engraft and help. Let's go to the study itself.